morning. It is Monday morning and last week of October, and also last couple of days in Dubai. We're off to the Dubai Mall this morning to do some shopping, have another look around. It was so impressive the other day. Here's the family. It was so impressive the other day, and yeah, we'll go and have a look there for a couple of hours, then probably hit the pool. Here's the amazing structure, glass structure in reception. In terms of the trading, I shorted euro, Japanese yen this morning. All the signals pointing south, so took the opportunity to get in. Of course, I can get out if things don't go my way, but for the moment I'm short. And now I'm going to find the bus and head over to the mall. So did the shopping centre and came back. Had a bit of time by the pool. Quick run now on the beach, man-made beach. There we go. You can see the construction of the extension to the water park behind me. Also the Burj Al Arab. Really struggling to breathe. It's so hot. It doesn't look it, but it is. So only a really short run. Then going to hit the gym, do a few weights, and then that'll be that. Have dinner. Another day done. 1.5 days to go. Well, good morning. It is day 87 of the challenge. Last day in Dubai, second to last day of the month. And roasting hot again. Been in Dubai now for, well, it must be 11 days. I think tonight's the 12th night. It's been really good. Atlantis the Palm's been great. A few strange things here, but you know, mostly on the whole, a really good resort, a really good place, especially a really good place to bring kids. In terms of the markets, I had to exit my Euro Japanese yen short that I put on yesterday morning. This morning, this was using my stop pressure plus 10 pips rule. Basically, price had gone nowhere in the direction of my trade. It had closed above this SP10, I call it, level, and what that meant was that I needed to exit my position. So I take a very small loss instead of a 2% loss, which is what I risk on each individual trade. All the other trades that I have on at the moment, bar one I think, are in profit, and at least two of the trades are risk-free. So you know, I've made money on those trades whatever happens. So hopefully going to have a slightly better end to this month than I did last month, but I'm still clawing back some losses from previous months. So yeah, I mean, the challenge is a challenge. It's a fairly aggressive challenge, but I'm learning a hell of a lot along the way. So this morning we're off to the pool. That's where I'm walking now, and then I think this afternoon we're going to head off to the water park. I might even do the really scary rides again. Leap of Faith and Poseidon's Revenge. I'll see. Get the GoPro out probably for that, but this morning gonna try and relax by the pool if the kids don't fight too much, and enjoy this beautiful weather for the last time. Yeah? I was gonna go on this one. No, I missed him.
They're doing a race. God, you're so horrible. You're so horrible.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're on video.
Okay, so last day and time for the water park. The kids hate me videoing, but they'll thank me one day. It's time for the water park. Once again, last chance for the water park. How you doing? You alright? Here it comes. Make sure you get ready. Here you go, Johnny. Well done. So it's Tuesday around about 5:40 and time for the last run of the holiday. I'm going to do the east crescent of the palm tonight. Should take about 40 minutes, I think. 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. Get to the dead end, turn back. So I'll take some footage along the way. Done the west crescent a couple of times. Kind of alternated that run with the gym, but in the meantime, there's some very nice cars behind me that I'm going to have a little browse at before I get on the run. So we're off down the boardwalk of the east crescent of the palm. It's hot, not as hot as the other night I did a run, but still pretty hot. I'm feeling pretty tired, I think. Too much sun probably. Only downside of this boardwalk, which is beautiful, is it's right next to a really busy road. There's literally construction everywhere in Dubai. And to my right now is an extension to the water park, which we've been going to quite regularly. A new hotel, new rides, all sorts. But look at the incredible construction. I can't believe the size of these cranes. stand corrected, not a new hotel. Apparently, private residences. A lot of people trying to sell you accommodation, property in Dubai at the malls, even in the hotel. But yeah, massive, which I think is going to put more pressure on the water park. Went today, didn't do too much there, it's too busy. I think it's going to be even busier once these residencies are built. Well, hands down, the East Crescent wins it in terms of views. I thought the West Crescent was pretty good, but east side of the Palm, the views is incredible. So proof's in the pudding. Let me show you what I'm looking at right now. What about that? The Burj Al Arab, the world's only sun-spot hotel. Wow. Wow. So end of the road reached. A look at the view. Wow. Burj Al Arab, and I think in the background somewhere Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. We didn't go up it, but we went to the Dubai Mall that sits below it. Incredible close up, so tall. As somebody who's petrified of heights, wouldn't be good for me, but anyway, kids didn't want to do it, so I got my excuse. So now 20 minutes in, got the long run back, but getting dark, gets dark so quickly. And well, Dubai feels very safe when you're here, apart from one little incident we had at the Dubai Mall, but feels very safe. When you get a bit further away from your hotel and it's all dark and there's no hotels around you, it feels a little bit different. So I'm gonna get back now. Can't get away from Gordon Ramsay. Celebrity chefs, all the new celebrities, everywhere. Really tired now, really hot. Hotel is in sight. This is where you have to keep going. Even though you feel like stopping, he says, we have to suck it up and keep on going. Okay, back at base camp, back in the hotel. There we go, just been hit by the air conditioner. And this is what a 7k run looks like, even in Dubai, when it's getting dark. Yep, sweat everywhere. So gonna get back to the room, have a shower, and then it's the last dinner tonight. We're dining in the buffet Saffron, which is probably the nicest of the two buffets here. We've done some of the more specialist restaurants, but in the the buffet tonight. Kids, never easy. Buffet, they can find something they like. But yeah, need a shower, need a drink. Great run, great view, great place. Should we go for our last dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maxie? Yeah. Last dinner. Charlie, are you not speaking? No, he's not speaking. Come and talk on the camera. We're going for our last dinner tonight.
Let's turn it round.
Yeah, okay. That's scary, Charlie. Okay, so we had a last dinner tonight at Saffron Restaurant. It was chaos tonight, so crowded, so noisy. A bit of a disappointment actually, and this second week that we've had, I think probably Saturday through till Tuesday today, has been really busy. I think the hotel's got really busy, possibly due to half term or whatever else. So it was really crowded today. It's been really crowded today in the water park. So I think we've picked a really good time to come. So if you're thinking about coming to Atlantis the Palm, consider when others might be here. When I read the reviews on TripAdvisor, it did warn that the place can get very crowded. Didn't really experience that in the first week, but I've definitely experienced that in the 2 or 3 days of the second week. So I thought I'd do a quick video roundup, talk to the family, and got there. Well, I say talk to the family, I talked to my wife. Kids didn't really contribute, and got some consensus as to the 5 really good things and the 5 not so good things as a bit of a summary of Atlantis on the Palm. So the first thing that start with the food is really good. Great choice of food, been great for the kids. In the buffet restaurant, the Saffron, if you want something made, you can ask for it to be made. So my little lad had a pizza, he had some chips the other night, which wasn't on the menu, but we got that made for him. Second point, and there is a good choice of restaurants. We're half board, and you know, good choice of restaurants. Some of them you got to pay supplements for. We did pay supplements, I think, for at least one restaurant, and yeah, probably wasn't as good as the ones we didn't pay supplements from, to be honest. The Lebanese restaurant is very good indeed. The second point is the hotel is really clean. The staff are really friendly. It feels safe. There is security all over the place. And on the clean front, there were a couple of incidents in the pool. I think I caught one of them on camera. Was it last week? Not sure. Emptied the pool, cleaned the pool out, and everyone got back in the pool. That's what you get when there's young children, not my kids, but other kids on holiday. I'm talking about babies and whatnot. Lots of different things can end up in the pool. Anyway, enough said on that. So the third thing is the shopping. Well, the shopping's kind of, I'll come on to one of the bad points in a moment, but in terms of shopping in Dubai, we visited the Mall of the Emirates first off. I've been there before. It was really impressive until we went to the Dubai Mall. That is the place to go. Prices can be quite expensive, depends on the exchange rate. Obviously, Brexit and whatnot, pound has been weak, so our currency has not been particularly good. But you know, managed to pick up a few bargains there and whatnot. Dubai Mall is extremely impressive. Dubai Mall has an ice rink. Mall of the Emirates has a ski slope, so take your pick. The next thing was the water park, which is next to the hotel. It's one of the reasons I picked this hotel. Water park is great. It's great when it's not crowded. When it's crowded, it's not so good. But on the whole, it's been really good. Wide selection of rides. Some of them will terrify you. I did them all. I think I did them all anyway. I certainly did the 2 scariest ones, which were pretty scary, and you'll have seen that on the film. And then the last thing is the Wi-Fi, which is great. All over the hotel, Wi-Fi is really fast. So if you need to work while you're away, which I do, then you've got no problems with Wi-Fi, and it's not chargeable. So it's included in the rate. Got my list here, which I'm referring to. So the bad points, the not so good points, is the cost of drinks. Now, none of us were drinking alcohol on this trip, but even for a bottle of water in one of the restaurants, it will either cost you £6 or around about £8.50, depending on which restaurant you're in. Not great, and that's for a kind of regular big bottle of water, 1.5 litres, I think. We do get water in the room for free, but in the restaurants you've got to pay for your drinks, and it can get quite expensive. And there are shops in the hotel. They're really expensive. My advice is don't shop there, go to the malls instead. Second point is noise. We paid a supplement to be on the facing into the palm, as opposed to facing out to sea. Thought that would be the better view, but the problem is there is music playing pretty much constantly all day until about, I don't know, 12:30. It was still going last night, maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We've been woken up a couple of times at sort of 6 o'clock, 6:30 with Coldplay blasting in our ears, and it tends to be the same soundtrack over and over again. So if I was to come again, I would book the sea-facing view, because I think it would be quieter. The third thing is crowded. I've mentioned this already. Really crowded the last few days. Probably something to do with the holidays. What people are saying on TripAdvisor, yeah, it is crowded. Really crowded in the restaurant tonight. Not an enjoyable experience. And far too crowded at the water park today, really, to go on anything unless you paid a supplement for the fast track pass. Fourth thing for kids club, very expensive. Very expensive, and not a great selection of stuff in there for them to do. My boys are 7 and 6. They would have had to be in different groups. They wouldn't accommodate them in the same group, so we never used the kids club, despite having a half a day session included in the price of the hotel, because I booked directly. And then the last, I guess, last bad point is there's no really evening entertainment. We did a cruise earlier in the year. After dinner you go and watch a show. It's great. Here nothing really happens apart from what goes on in the restaurants, but once you've finished dining in the restaurants, then there's not a lot else. So the Lebanese restaurant had entertainment, the buffets don't have entertainment. You can just hear this music playing all the time, but there's no kind of formal entertainment, and certainly no entertainment for the kids. So on the whole, been really good. Really enjoyed Dubai. Fantastic place. Would come here again. And this hotel has been great, but just thought I'd highlight those few points on the last night before we leave for England tomorrow. Wednesday morning, and last morning in Dubai, flying back today early afternoon. Had a lie-in this morning, didn't do the market analysis. Just going to stay in my existing trades and see how things play out. Just getting in the lift, so I might need to stop the recording for a second. In fact, let's do that. I'll carry on when we get down to the bottom. No one in the lift, so let's continue. Morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
So, yeah, all of my eToro trades in profit this morning, which is nice to see. News out today is from morning is from Canadian dollar, US dollar news later. My Canadian dollar trade is fully protected, so no issue there. Yeah, just going to hold these trades while I fly back home, and I will check in tomorrow. In the meantime, we need to check out, but early breakfast to begin with. Charlie, how many eggs have you got for breakfast today?
6.
But they're not the type of eggs you should be having for breakfast, are they?
Yes, they are. They're just a bit smaller.
All packed and all ready. Time for the last, oh, it's too sunny. Time for the last view of Dubai. Well, good morning. It is, lost track of time, Thursday morning, and as you can see, back in the UK. 40 degrees of heat yesterday in Dubai, and back to probably about 5 degrees today. It's always a bit of the post-holiday blues, I think. Had a great 12 days in Dubai, a really great time. But back to business now, although I have been obviously trading while I was away, but it's back to all the regular stuff of life that you get back into when you come back from holiday, which makes the holiday a holiday. So flight was pretty good, watched a few films, and we got about a 2-hour delay, but we got back home, I think about, time difference, goodness me, probably about 10 o'clock, so not feeling too jet lagged, but yeah, anyway, check the as soon as I landed, I checked the markets, and the good news is that all of my trades are heading in the right direction, and yeah, the kind of turning point that I've been looking for in the market. I had this frustrating whipsaw action for quite some time, but the turning point that I've been looking for to catch some trends could very well be here. Australian dollar in particular, I'm long on in a I think two or three pairs, and Australian dollar seems to be on a bit of a tear. Certainly looking at the Aussie, Australian dollar, US dollar pair itself. The looks to have broken out of a trend that we've been in for some time, and now into a bit tired today. Looks to have broken out of a range that we've been in for a little while into a bullish trend. But I'll do a quick wrap up once I get into the charts. I'm a bit late this morning. It's 7:15. I'm a bit late this morning jumping into the market. I guess I've got a bit of an excuse with the long flight, but from tomorrow onwards it's very much back to business. So I'll cut this video short, get into the charts, and see where things stand. Well, it's about 4:30 on Thursday. Yeah, keep getting the days mixed up. Not a huge amount has happened today. Trades remain in profit. I'm going to jump into the charts now and just do a very, very quick review. Yeah, not a lot's going on. Just got to hold now. It's difficult, I think, when your trades are in profit. It's always difficult to hold. You kind of want to take profit and capitalize on that in case things reverse. But that's where the trailing stop comes in. That's when the rules come in to tell me when I can take off part of the position, when I can't. So I'm going to stick with those rules and follow my plan to the letter. Today's kind of got away with me. Lots of stuff to catch up on, not just on the trading front, but lots of stuff to catch up on. Having come back from holiday, lots of emails, lots of stuff. So yeah, been a bit of a busy day and feeling a bit tired, feeling a little bit jet lagged. So anyway, enough said on all that. Let's jump into the charts. I'll do a quick whistle stop tour of where I am, what I'm doing, and then that probably will be it for today. Although it is the 31st of October, Halloween. So at 10 o'clock tonight, I need to log the SIG1 levels, as I call them, which is the 10, 5 and 3 year high, where they close at. I'll need to plot those tomorrow before the weekend. Those will be those new levels which become important. There can be key reversal points, so I'll be doing that. I need to remember to do that at 10 o'clock tonight. But anyway, talked enough. Let's jump into the charts, see where we're at. So first up, a quick look at the weekly charts and the weekly trades that I take. SIG1, these are reversals off a one of the black lines, which is a 10, 5 or 3 year low. These are the lines that I need to plot or record later and plot tomorrow, with it being the end of the month. So first trade, pound dollar cable, I bought in here. We've now traded up. We're trading above the 50 simple moving average on the weekly, which is a good sign. There was some offers here. I rolled a stop tight underneath the 50 simple moving average, 50 point or 50 pip stop, and we are trading up on the week. So looking to clear this. I'm probably going to look to add to this position now if we maintain this on the week. But I don't consider exiting or doing anything on this, or even moving the stop until the candles close, which is a weekly candle close. Second trade, got 4 trades on in this strategy. Second one is Australian dollar, the Aussie. It's a similar story. This was a Z candle off the 10, 5 and 3 year low. And you got to question when price comes down here, we hit this level, who's left to sell. And when you get a candle like that, it's a good indication that the buyers are starting to play. So this trade's in profits. Going to look for a clearance of the 50 simple moving average, which coincides with the 0.7000 even handle. If we get above that, I think there's more potential for upside. Next up, we have the Australian dollar CAD. Now CAD had exhibited some strength earlier on this week, but the Aussie has come back with a vengeance, despite there being some news out of the US, a tweet that maybe the China trade deal was lacking some substance, but whatever, ignore the news is basically what I'm trying to say. I bought off here. We came down, tested this level again. The buyers have come in this week. We're now in profit on this trade. Similar story, looking to get above this level to give a good indication for further upside potential. This is a 5 and 3 year low here. Similar story on New Zealand dollar CAD, which is here again. bought off here, came down, tested last week, and then bids where we are this week. You know, this is a XY, that's a strong reversal candle. If that candle indeed closes, end of play tomorrow at that level. Yeah, pretty good performance, I would say, on these trades. And what I'm kind of looking for on these SIG1 trades is this oscillation between 10, 5 and 3 year high, 10, 5 and 3 year low, or 5 and 3 year low in this case. You know, you get this oscillation here. Providing you can ride this out, then you can make some really good money with minimal risk. You know, we tested here again, bang. If we shoot up here now to this level, that's a very profitable trade, providing I can hold it. And that's why I only make decisions on these weekly trades on the weekly candle close, because there's too much noise on the intraday for this kind of strategy. So into the intraday charts, on my intraday strategies, which I trade on the 240 chart, the 4-hour chart. US dollar Canada, I entered here. We traded down. This was my target. This target was set based on a retest of this level here. We didn't quite get there. In fact, we had a reversal candle a couple of days ago. This kind of put me on alert that actually this move might be over. So what I did, I rolled my trailing stop here to this level, got stopped out here on this big bullish move. This is Canadian weakness. I think I mentioned Canadian strength earlier. What I meant to say was Canadian weakness. Yeah, this bullish move here, Canadian weakness principally, got stopped out, and as a result took my profit. You know, decent profit on the trade, not quite as much as here. Could have made more money, but we didn't get there. We missed that probably by about 3402, 30. Where are we? That low there. 3042, about 7 or 8 pips. Just happens, got to live with it. You know, fine, made money on the trade. That's the name of the game. So that's the US dollar CAD trade on the majors. Don't have any other major positions on with these strategies. Yeah, that's that for the majors at the moment, waiting for another signal to show up. So into the cross pairs, and first trade is my Euro Japanese Yen short. I got in here on a trend trade. So this is the cross of the 10 exponential moving average through the 50 simple moving average. I probably got in a little bit early on this trade because this was still sloping up the 50 simple moving average. There's a lesson there for me. Maybe a little bit too eager to get into this trade. As a result, price came back up. I was forced to exit manually on my stop, this blue turquoise line, stop pressure plus 10 pips. Got out, manually exited the whole position, took a marginal loss. That could have been a much bigger loss. Wouldn't have got tagged out on my initial stop, and then look what happened. Price traded down. I could get another short opportunity here now if the 10 exponential moving averages crosses over the 50, which is now sloping down. So I'm on alert for that, providing there's enough room for price to get down to here on a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio. That may be a trade that I will take, but took a small loss here. Euro Swiss franc. This has been a really frustrating trade. This trade has, you know, it started off really well. I bought here, we went straight up, hit the top of the range, we traded above the top of the range, we then sideways, we were then tracking the 50 simple moving average, and it was looking like we were going to get a close above the top of the range. If I go into the daily chart here, get a close above this level and push up to test the 50, the 200 simple moving average, which is sloping down. The news today, I think, in terms of trade news and maybe, you know, trade talks with China, who knows what the reason, but anyway, we had some selling pressure here, and this selling pressure is just stalling at this 1.1000 even handle. My stop is just below. Unfortunately, my trade in eToro has been stopped out. This is on the spread, but I'm still long in my ETX Capital account. I took off a third of the position on the close of the 10 exponential moving average below the 30 exponential moving average, and in fact now it's 5 o'clock close on the candle because there's a slight time difference with the States. I need to take another third off, so I'll jump off and do that now. That's because the 10 exponential moving average is now crossed below the 50, so I need to take off a third in a moment. Then finally into the commodity synthetics, I'm short pound Australian dollar. We entered here, we then closed below this level, traded down, come up, tested the 50 simple moving average. 50 simple moving average is sloping down. I've gradually moved my targets slightly tighter, but still well within a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio. Yeah, this candle, not great reading, but you know, I'm okay for the moment. There isn't a signal for me to lighten up or get out, so I'm holding here, hoping that this is a push down into here. If it's not, I'll get a signal here to get out, and I'll be out of the position for a small loss, hopefully smaller loss than hitting my initial stop loss, which would be a 2% loss on the account. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar is the final trade in the commodity synthetics. I've rolled a really tight stop here. We traded up here. We didn't quite hit my target again. Similar story to US dollar CAD. Came down, tested these simple moving averages, just shy of my stop here. Stop was just below these simple moving averages. So we've got a candle here, which is kind of shows the buyers are in play here. And I'm looking to get a push back up here. If not, I'll take a very, very small loss on this trade. Again, always looking to minimize my losses and maximizing my gains. So that's it for the moment. I'm on alert for other opportunities. I've got plenty of what's the word I'm looking for? Let's get my words out. Tired today, jet lag. Plenty of availability to put on more trades in terms of my rules on risk exposure. So just looking for signals to show up to get in and to see if those trades play out. So it's 6:10 on Friday morning, up early to do my morning market analysis, and there is a problem. Trade Navigator feed has changed, and as a result I've got no live data, and being abroad I must have missed the memo on what needed to be done. So basically I'm out of action in terms of what I can do in the market, because I have no data. I've got to wait till the US wakes up later to contact them and get this resolved. So yeah, I feel a little bit at a loss. I can see the in the broker accounts what's going on. Looks like I've been stopped out of my Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar long, but the other trades are still progressing well. That was stopped out for a small loss. I'd really tightened my stop because the trade wasn't working as well as I'd hoped it would. Yeah, so what that does do is give me an opportunity to catch up on some blog writing, and also to put my SIG1 levels on the charts, which are the new 10-year, 5-year and 3-year highs and lows. So yeah, every cloud I guess has a silver lining, but slightly frustrating this morning. Girl, you're a groupie, no need to lie. So in the car this morning, it's wet, it's cold, it's miserable, it's nothing like Dubai, but it is home. I've got a meeting this morning, got a few errands to run, might find time to go to the gym. There's not a lot I can do really, because I've got no data feed, so I need to wait until about 2 o'clock. I think the US kind of wakes up then in terms of where Trade Navigator are based. I've got to get this feed sorted, so not the best start to a new month 5. But nevertheless, I am where I am. Results for October may take a little while to come in. I've got these longer term trades in the game because they were set in October. Then before I can put the October results in, they need to close out. These are SIG1 level trades, SIG1 strategies. So, you know, they could run for a little while. So, you know, providing their remaining profit, which all of them are at the moment, which is good. I wrote about this in my blog today. stgforex.tv, you can read it there, stgforex.tv. 4 trades, all traded off the weekly chart. SIG1 strategy, basically buying or selling a 10, 5 or 3-year low. In the case of these trades, it's all lows, I think. Yeah, all lows. I'm long on all of these positions, and these trades are doing very well, very well, but you know, only time will tell. Less noise on the weekly time frame. You know, if you read the trading books, I've read loads of them. They always say there's less noise on the longer term time frames, and that's where the bigger players play, and that could very well be true. The proof could be in the pudding. Got to see how these trades play out. In the meantime, time to get on the road, time to have a little drive. Not done that for a couple of weeks. I did drive briefly yesterday, and off to this meeting. So I'll be checking in later. So it's about 2:30 on Friday afternoon. Really tired today. Jet lag is really kicking in. Had a 3-hour meeting this morning, which went pretty well. Back at the ranch now, and yeah, still got no data. I just phoned up Trade Navigator in the States, and apparently they're working on the FOREX feed issue. This is them changing data from one provider to another, as I understand it. No timescales as to when this will be fixed, and not let any customer. Well, as far as I can tell, obviously I've been away, but not let any customers know that this might be a problem today. So couldn't really foresee this or foreplan for this. So a bit disappointed, but anyway, I've got to call up again in a little bit. I've just come out of the platform. I'm going to reload it back up and see if that seems to resolve things. Basically, not getting a live feed, and got gaps on the charts, which isn't very helpful, which means no morning market analysis. Have been stopped out of my Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar long. I know that was for a small loss, but hey ho, that's the name of the game. Non-farm payrolls out about an hour ago, better than forecast. I have some exposure to the US dollar with my SIG1 trades. Not really troubled these trades at all. I mean, positive non-farm payrolls normally would be associated with bullish dollar by the US dollar. I'm long pound dollar, I'm long Aussie dollar, and if I look at my screen, not that screen, I looked at it a minute ago, both of those trades, although I can't see the price action on the charts, they look to be going great guns. So it doesn't seem to have had an effect. Just shows you can't trade the news. You can only protect yourself from it in advance. But hey ho, that's the name of the game. Yeah, really just waiting for this platform to come back online. It does, I think, re-emphasize the importance of stop losses. I'm not too troubled. I've got my stop losses in place. I know what my risk is. All this means is that I can't lighten up on positions, and I can't enter new positions. But that's not too troubling. What would be troubling is if I had no clue where to get out and I had no stop loss in place. So that's okay. So yeah, just waiting on that. Looking forward to the weekend. I've got to do the SIG1 levels. Last night I downloaded from barchart.com the highs and lows, 10, 5 and 3 year highs and lows. Now need to do the laborious task, hate doing this task each month, of plotting these on my charts, but it's an important thing nonetheless. So I'm going to use some of this afternoon to dive into that and get that done. So it's about 5:30 and I have just exited my Euro Swiss franc long. I've done this in 4 stages, hit the initial target, and then my staggered exit based on the fact that basically we tested a high here, didn't close above the previous high, so the range was still intact, and the exponential moving averages are now closed below the 50 simple moving average, which is starting to turn down. So rather than waiting for my trading stop to be hit, I've exited the position in 3 stages. So pretty decent trade. Was never really under any pressure from the entry here all the way up. We're kind of going sideways, but not really getting anywhere. So before the weekend's out, decided to close this particular trade in line with my rules. Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.